Welcome back, everybody. Let's see what we can talk about today. Thursday, 14 October. NFL football tonight. Tom Brady, of course, keeps adding to his records, keeps adding to his numbers, making it so that no matter how long somebody else plays, I don't think they'll ever catch him on yards, on wins, and touchdown passes thrown. If you look at the final score from tonight's football game, 28 Tampa, 22 Philly, you'd think, it was a close game, or at least a decent game. Then you go and look at the breakdown, and pretty much Philly was trailing most of the game. Never really looked like they were in it until the fourth quarter when they were able to get within 6. So, I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what Tampa does this year. I mean, Super Bowl champions last year, can they repeat? It doesn't look like it's going to be, let's just say, looks like there's a chance. I would definitely put more money on them to win than I would on some of the teams that they've been playing lately. Sunday night's game, Seattle versus Pittsburgh, in Pittsburgh. Two teams that have had their issues this year. And I think it's going to come down to how well Seattle's defense plays. I don't think it's going to be if Geno Smith can run the offense as much as if Seattle's defense can break the streak of the games that they've been playing with giving up so many yards. They have a good game. They keep the yard total down for Pittsburgh. And I think they've got a good chance of actually winning the game. Let's try to switch over to hockey. We've now got most of the teams playing so far. The Seattle Kraken get their first win as a franchise against Nashville in Nashville. Looks like they were able to go in there and, good quality game and get the win that they've been looking for. Hopefully this will be better things for them coming forward. See how things go out. We can just kind of look back and see how things are going to go from day to day, and if they're going to be able to keep this up. I hope so. It'll be interesting to see once they can start playing some home games here, I believe, next week. So, that being said, switch over to a team I've followed for years, Detroit Red Wings. They should have won the game today, just couldn't hold on and keep the Tampa Bay Lightning off the scoreboard in the third period. It's hard to say when you have a 6-3 lead that you lose in overtime 7-3 or 7-6. So I would like to do a shout out to for Tyler Bertuzzi, 4 consecutive goals for the team in the game. The natural hat trick +1, and what a good first game of the season to get out there and get 4 goals under your belt. So we'll see. Maybe they can play a little better defense, keep a couple more pucks out of the goal. They can keep shooting like they have been. They've got a chance to look halfway decent this year. Maybe get themselves back into the playoffs again. It's been a few years. It'd be nice to see them back playing in the playoffs. We look around and it's hard to say. You've got all different things going on. Teams worried about COVID. They're trying to make sure that they cover themselves. I think the NBA has made an interesting stand-up with the Kylie Irving situation. I can't blame them. They're going to turn around and, he can't play in 48 of the games that they would play because of state mandates for having to be vaccinated. And he's refusing to get vaccinated, at least at this time. I find it very difficult to think that he's going to want to sit for an entire season for this. Hopefully, he'll come in to understand what the league's trying to do and why they're trying to do it. And it's hard to say that he'd want to put $15, $16, $17 million worth of salary aside and say, I don't want to get paid this year, and I'm not going to play. So it'll be interesting to see what the Brooklyn Nets do going forward and how they're able to replace him in there and get going. Got NHL is having its issues with things. You've got, I believe this week, Seattle Kraken had 5 players that had to go into protocol. That's why I think may have affected them in their first game. They learned how to bounce back for tonight and get the 4-3 win in Nashville. But who else is going to do what going forward? What other teams are going to be able to step up and actually get their have their seasons go well? I mean, it's early. We hope that none of them have to go on the protocol again, and we hope going forward that everybody will get through this. This will ease, and we can get back to playing our sports and watching our games and just going out there and being our old selves again. I have seen some interesting scores. The other thing to look at is we now have our baseball championship series set up. Red Sox and Houston, Boston and Houston. That should be a very interesting series with, I would say, Houston may have the home field advantage, but the gut feeling makes you wonder what exactly Boston can put forward and what kind of season they can finish out with. Can they get to the World Series? I actually think Boston has a chance to win that one in probably 6 games, maybe 7. The other series is going to be, let's see, what do we have here? Sorry, just had to take a second to refresh my mind on the National League side. I believe the Dodgers came through and won their series today. So who are they going to be playing? Let's see. I think they were going to be playing, I believe it's the Braves, but I'll have to look and see. Let's see. Well, we'll talk about that one after that's been, see what day they're starting and all that. Find it hard, whoever's still left in the to play, that the Dodgers aren't the team to bet on. I mean, 100+ wins, and they were able to knock off the only team that kept them from winning their division, the Giants. That was probably the series to play on the National League side. I think we might have an LA-Boston series for the World Series. But, time will tell. We've got 5, 6 games in each series, maybe 7, depending on how things go. And never know. It'll be interesting to see how it all plays out. So, that's what I have for tonight, people. And if you want to just hit like if you like what I'm talking about, subscribe if you want to hear more, and please leave me some comments. Let me know, hey, what would you like to hear about? Is there any particular player, topic, team, any other sports you might be thinking? Like I said, when we get closer to the Olympics, we'll talk a little bit about the Olympics. Tell you what I'm thinking and where I see that the USA could do well. Winter Olympics are always fun because you've got a lot of the European countries that do very well in them. But we'll talk about that later. And as college football season goes along, once the college football rankings are officially out, not the coaches polls, maybe we'll start talking about teams in the top 10 and who has an actual chance of making it to the playoffs. So, okay. Well, I don't know. Well, we'll talk about some other stuff. We'll keep it going. And just like I said, hit like and subscribe if you want more. If you want to hear more from me, and just throw me a few comments. Let me know what you think. Thank you. Bye.